Hi, I'm Gwen Fee, the General Education teacher.
And I'm Christina Piero, the Special Education teacher. We collaboratively teach a 6th grade math class at Peaslee Middle School in Gloucester County, Virginia.
And we are going to discuss the co-assessment procedures for formative and summative assessments that we use in our co-taught classroom.
As a math department, we collaboratively develop and modify summative assessments utilizing tables of specifications, such as the one shown here. This ensures that not only are we teaching to the appropriate level of rigor, but we assess appropriately as well. We ensure each assessment has a variety of response options. And even though our tests are given on paper and pencil, we incorporate technology-enhanced items to the greatest extent possible. Although those questions cannot be truly interactive on paper, they have the same formatting as online. For example, we use a box for fill-in-the-blank, text boxes for click and drag items, and a variety of select all that apply questions. Utilizing this strategy for test development makes it simple to modify our common summative assessments into plain English format while maintaining an appropriate level of rigor.
A formative assessment that we use is Math Talk. Math Talk, as it is now referred to, is where the students lead the discussion, putting into words their ideas and solutions to problems. The teacher is only a facilitator. In addition to the students providing solutions, they tell how they solved it and why they decided to solve it in a particular way. In addition, other students are eager to share with their classmates their ideas and strategies. As we know, in math class, there can be multiple ways to solve a problem. Furthermore, by having the students lead the discussion, misconceptions become apparent that are not always seen on paper. Math Talk also ensures they know the why as well as the how. Lastly, being able to communicate your thinking helps to make connections to other material or content. We have found that this is a useful formative tool for pre-assessing as well as review. The students love it because they do most of the talking.
A type of formative assessment that we use on a daily basis is a warm-up activity which we call a do now. We tailor these to our students' needs based off of summative and formative assessments. This allows for daily reteaching of concepts that students continue to struggle with or skills they are not yet fluent with. This is our way of continually addressing areas of need through spiral review.
Exit slips. We use exit slips about 2 to 3 times weekly, depending upon the content. The questions are usually tied directly to the content or unit being taught at that time. We vary the questions often. Various types of exit slips will include open-ended questions, multiple choice, select all that apply, click and drag type items, drawing representations, and doing an error analysis on a problem already solved.
Towards the end of a unit, we frequently utilize task card activities. These have 2 main purposes. First, as a student review, and second, as a formative assessment to see what additional instruction is needed prior to the summative assessment. The students work either independently or collaboratively to complete the task cards, and our role is as a facilitator rather than an instructor. We step in and clarify misconceptions only if another student is unable to clarify or explain it to their peer. By becoming facilitators, we can clearly see student thinking and misconceptions. We also utilize the mini iPads. This allows us to incorporate highly engaging activities that allow students to illustrate their learning or practice a skill in a more motivating medium. For many students, incorporating this technology increases student engagement and perseverance through challenging tasks. This also alleviates some stressors for specific students, such as those with fine motor or handwriting difficulties, or others with visual motor integration deficits. One of our favorite activities with the iPads is utilizing the Doodle Buddy app to model and solve single-step equations.
iExcel is another type of formative assessment we use, but it is most often used when we are doing our station teaching. Here the students will practice content on the computer/iPads as opposed to the traditional practice worksheet. It is a very useful tool at providing immediate feedback to the students as well. Whenever a student answers a question incorrectly, the correct answer with an explanation of how to work the problem is provided. The color board review. We began using this activity about 2 years ago as a review before a summative assessment. We put the students in teams of 4, giving each one a color board, which is simply a piece of colored cardstock that's laminated. The same 4 colors are used for each team. They use this just like a whiteboard. Although they are in teams, they are not allowed to work collaboratively or share their answers with their teammates. This activity holds each child accountable for the content, but makes them feel as though they are part of a team. As a result, they work hard for the correct answer. Our students with disabilities have done quite well with this activity. The review questions are on PowerPoint or Smart Notebook and are presented one at a time. When time is called, a cube with the same colors as the boards is rolled. Also on the cube is teacher choice and student choice if it does not land on one of the colors. The color showing is called, and the student with that color board on each team will hold it up. If the answer is correct, the team will receive a ticket. The team with the most tickets at the end of class will each get a homework pass.
We utilize these 3 strategies the most when we are reviewing and reteaching. When we team teach, we do this during our color board activity or doing any type of review of specific strategies. We will teach together, going back and forth, based upon what we see the student needs, such as if Mrs. Fee is reviewing something on the board, and as I am going around the classroom and seeing specific errors that students are making, then I will jump in and start teaching that specific skill to address those needs.
We also utilize station teaching, where we group the students who need a lot of content retaught into one specific group. And then we also group the students who need just a little more review. Like, for example, we'll utilize the iExcel on the iPads. And then we group students who have mastered the material, who don't need any additional clarifications or reteaching, with a problem or project-based activity such as an exemplar. And with an exemplar, students have to actually show, model, and write down their thinking.
Additionally, if we have a few students who are really still struggling on the content, we will do alternate teaching. Usually, I will take 1 or 2 of those kids to the back of the room or at their desk and do a more intensive intervention on some of the basic skills that they are missing, while the other students are continuing to work on the problems that we have been working on.